What's Junior doing? What's Junior doing? He's going in the pool. Oh no! Junior's brave. Look, folks, this is how you heat up coffee when you're camping in the military, when you're in the time of war. Hey, look, you got to have a cup that can, baby, you got to have a cup that can withstand the heat. You can cook. This is how military style. You just heat your coffee up in the cup like that. See? You didn't know that? This is camping, Junior. Army, military. Your backpack is all you have. Oh, old picture of nosotros. Everybody. From looking at the peacocks over there, the parrots over there. Those are big macaws, big macaw parrots. It's in a pareja.
And the jungle is really angry.
Ella's hitting?
Yeah.
¿Por qué?
I don't know. Is that part curl?
Look, the monkey is angry.
Yeah, I don't know why.
The parrots over there. Oh.
Adentro, Junior.
Okay.
Junior, adentro. Junior.
Junior, you want to heat it up on the fire?
No, here. Adentro.
Your hamburger on the fire?
Mommy, do you want to do it?
My chicken noodle soup.
No, adentro, bebé. Oye.
If they want the hamburgers heated up, you can heat it on here. Ouch. It's too hot. This is too hot. Ouch. I'm burning my lips. The military style, you heat it up, but how do you drink it? Okay. I might be losing my gas here. This thing was almost empty. Almost empty. Okay. The soup, we got everything going here. People are waking up. Okay, folks. Just beautiful over here at Rancho Rincon, Rosarito, Mexico. Grandma have animals over there at your house? Your grandma has geit. Here they come. Comes Junior and Bella. The go-kart. The big one.
Three more. Three more.
Pepe's all excited, babe.
Huh?
Pepe's excited for you. Pepe remembered you from last time. I don't know what Pepe is interested in. Something over there. Mm-hmm. Good day, folks, here at Rancho Rincon. There. This is a beautiful place. I love those cabanas. Okay. Here they come. Comes the boss, the manager. fish. Fish. Here they come. Good morning, folks. Will Dago here again in beautiful Rancho Rincon, Rosarito, Mexico. A tropical paradise, just 5 miles from the ocean, and located here at the base of the mountains, just east of Rosarito, Mexico. We spent a couple days here on Memorial Day, remembering our heroes from the past that made our freedom in America possible. And even Mexico remembers their heroes and stuff too. All countries have their history. But I just wanted to show you folks that a lot of people have misconceptions of Mexico being so dangerous and not safe for families. That's totally wrong. I'd say families are really safe over here. And the only people not safe is if you're involved in stuff you should not be involved with. Because the most dangerous things in the world are being involved in bad stuff, you know, drugs and smuggling and taking advantage of other people. Those are the kind of things you shouldn't be involved with in any country. And so Mexico, I would say, if you're involved in that stuff, you're not safe. The police will not protect you because the police are probably involved too. So, but if you're just a regular family here on vacation, trying to live and take care of your family, it's pretty great. And I would say it's probably less than half the price of similar places in the United States. So folks, today we're going home, back to Tijuana, our apartment. The kids will be going back to with their mom and dad, and back to San Diego. And then Nora, myself, and Beto will be left alone to survive the best we can. And who knows what the future will bring here. But I would say we're probably 99% prepared. We have our bug out place in Ensenada, Mexico. It's behind the mountains. You know, it's like 100 miles away from San Diego in Southern California, which I don't see anything happening down there. You know, first thing that'll happen is Putin will, pull some big surprise on Ukraine, But then Europe's going to get all upset, and then it'll start spreading from there. Hopefully everything is just kind of a limited action. The U.S. we're in a good position as far as that goes because we've got small, pinpoint, accurate, precision weapons. We can carve that place up like a pumpkin. So hopefully we're going to be safe down here in Southern California and Northern Mexico. The main thing is just take care of your family, continue to survive, be ready for, anything like depression, no food. That's a real possibility. We're going to go into a deep recession and maybe a depression. Food could become scarce on the grocery shelves. There could be looting and all kinds of violence because of that. And I don't want to be north of the border. If stuff like that happens, they're going to close that border down. tighter than a drum, and you won't even be able to get into Mexico. So by already being over here, having my plan, everything, people are used to me. We helped out the community. They're used to us selling stuff in the street swap meets. Down at the marina, they're used to us fishing. I don't have a friend down here that has a panga, which would be ideal, is to be able to go out a little ways in the ocean, because that's where the big fish are. But there's plenty of fish along the shoreline, and like I went into some of my earlier videos, there's lots of mussels and sea creatures that are edible. The native Indians survived for thousands of years along the coast, along the Pacific coast here, thousands of years, on just the mussels and stuff they could gather at low tide. Plenty of protein in those mussels. So folks, just wrapping things up for a good weekend. My 65 years of experience in lots of different things, but mostly law enforcement on every level. I started out when I was, 20 years old at the University of San Diego. I was worked in the RA, had one whole wing of like 50 guys, young men that I was in charge of, trying to keep the women out of there after midnight and trying to keep the parties down. And we had drug dealers up there too, back in the early 80s. Here I was one of the students, but I was in charge of other kids, other young adults. And some of them were like bad people already. So I walked in on a drug dealer, he had his shoe boxes full of marijuana and stuff. And, I didn't have any authority, but my best weapon is my mouth. I talk, I visit, I'm friendly. I talk to people. Said, I got this drug dealer on my wing to talking. And he showed me an article back from the East Coast where somebody had been murdered, offed. They didn't know who did it. He was like, can you keep a secret? And, it was a subtle threat, like, I'm capable of anything. Don't mess with me. But, I mean, this is a fellow student. I'm like 19, 20 years old, and he's telling me don't mess with him because he's capable of murder, basically. And he had his shoebox full of pot that he dealt out of, I'm fine. No? I'm sitting here. Yeah, everything's fine. We can do the jacuzzi. Okay, thank you. And we had other crazy stuff happen at the university while I was in charge of my wing, just one wing of 50 guys. But one of my guys, he was a very rich kid from Germany. These were like Catholic boys, And he was so mad that he got in his private plane and he buzzed the campus. Here comes Warner, right over the dormitory. You could tell he was showing off for us. He got suspended later for buzzing the campus with his private plane. And then we had other, kids kind of high on drugs and alcohol and suicidal and stuff. And one kid jumped off the 5th floor balcony and he tried to grab a palm tree, one of those tall, skinny cedar trees, and he grabbed the top of it and slid down and broke every bone, but he survived. So anyway, that's where my law enforcement career started. And then after I graduated, boom, San Diego police, stationed in South San Diego with my dad at the border, and did that for a few years. Then I went up to Durango, Colorado as a deputy sheriff. And then we had a medical emergency with a child that was born very sick. So we had to go down to Albuquerque, New Mexico for hospital care. And I got hired with the Albuquerque police and became an investigator over there. And then went to the FBI after that and got my training, got stationed in North Idaho, investigating Aryan Nation white supremacist guys. We stopped a significant bombing of some innocent people up there in Seattle in the northwest, where they wanted to start their racial wars, and thought that that would be the last homeland for the white supremacists. That was probably my big claim to fame, my glory years. You know, I was pretty proud. I mean, I'm a rookie agent up there in North Idaho with a bunch of other old guys that were good investigators, but my informant came to me on a Sunday. You know, federal agents don't work too much on Sundays unless they have to. But you know, I had information from my informant that these guys were building pipe bombs on a Sunday. You know, headed to the hardware store to buy the parts, and boom, I got in my own personal camping van and ran over there to the hardware store and set up a surveillance. And everybody else was like down in Boise, 500 miles away. And I got pictures of these guys putting together pipe bombs, you know, keeping everybody in the loop of what was going on. And that started the constant surveillance after that point. And we had to let them go just far enough to where they had completed making the pipe bombs and were actually on their way to Seattle to use them, you know, to blow up some Jewish synagogues and gay nightclubs and racial attacks. We took them down, you know, on their way to Seattle to use them. And we got convictions on everybody, 20-year minimum sentences for, you know, 5 or 6 people there involved in the. It wasn't the original order, which was really bad, with Robert Matthews and the armored car robberies and the murders. But this was like a copycat, Order 2, a bunch of white Aryan nations guys getting out of prison and stuff that thought that they could do something similar. So that was probably the highlight of my law enforcement career. And then after that, I wanted to stay local up in North Idaho and did probation and parole and stuff like that to raise my family. So here I am down here in Mexico with my survival bug out plan. Don't know what the future is going to bring, but the number one is we got to take care of our families, our kids, and have a plan for when the shit hits the fan. And you know it will. It always does. Have a plan, what you're going to do, how you're going to survive. And for me, in my experiences and stuff in life, being over here in Mexico is the best option for me and my family. Okay, well, I hope you think about it. God bless. Old Diego, over and out.